start from this point here. So I know some of you may have the question, why do I start at this point? There is no any specific point that you need to start at when analyzing the markets, because what's most important is the most recent price action, but you can start from any point. But for the sake of this session, I'm just starting in this time frame, which is Monday, 14th of April. So from Monday, the 14th of April, you can see that price was in a bullish market and it's creating impulse and pullbacks. And we can see here, price created an impulse move from this point to this point, which became a valid inducement. So after this inducement is taken out, it validates this point here as a valid higher high. So you can use this to identify a higher high and leave it in green. Then after price close above this high high, price creates a breakout structure, right? So the moment price creates a breakout structure, it validates this point here. It's a valid lower high, and I use the red color to annote it. So this tells us that price is currently in a bullish market. And then again, I have to look for impulse and pullbacks. And this was the last valid pullback before price continued up, and it became an inducement the moment it was mitigated, right? So after price created this inducement, this validated this point here as a valid higher high, and then after this valid higher high, the moment it got broken, that meant it was now a breakout structure. And the moment the breakout structure is created, we have a new valid lower high here, right? So in this analysis, you can see that price is pretty much bullish. So let's just jump to the most recent price action, see what we'll be looking at. So here again, price took out inducement here, then it created another valid breakout structure. Then after this breakout structure, price again took out inducement at this point. And after this inducement, this point here became a valid higher high. And after this higher high, our new valid lower high was at this point. And you can see price did a liquidity grab at this point here. So if price do a liquidity grab like this, it means the high high is transferred from this point to this point because of this liquidation.
Bro, I have a question, please.
Right, because of this liquidation, so our new high high will be at this point. So this means our new structure is from this low here to this high here, no longer to this high. So this is now our dealing range at the moment, right? So our new breakout structure is now at this point, because the previous one could not be a breakout structure. This one, because price did not close with a full body candle close but a wick. So this means this is now our new valid breakout structure. So with this in mind, we can see that price is bullish on H1, and if we zoom out, we now have a new dealing range, which is this lower high here, right? And here price did not take out any inducement yet, so we don't have a valid high high at this point. So what we need to do is, as I identified on my playbook, we need to look for point of interest, which is our inducement. And in this point, if you look at this point, you can see that this is our inducement created here, right? And as for the extreme order block, we can see it's already mitigated by this point. This was our extreme order block, right? This was extreme order block, it's already mitigated. So it means we have to look for a new extreme order block. So this will be our new extreme order block because it has an imbalance above it and it took out liquidity also. So now this is our new valid extreme order block. So as I've indicated on my playbook, I'm following the process. So this is what you should do as well. If you are doing trading, you should follow your playbook. If you don't have one, you must create one. So on my playbook, I identified market structure, I identified inducement, order flow, right? So going back to trading view, you can see that this is our inducement, this is extreme order block. So now we can use the alerts here. So now I have two alerts. So as per my playbook, I will not be entering any trades unless price mitigates any of these point of interests, because it's high probability to buy bank from here and here. So I'll just wait for price to reach this point, then I'll go to the 5 minutes time frame, and from there I'll look for entries on 5 minutes. And how I look for entries on 5 minutes is also part of my playbook. I'll show it to you. So once price got to 5 minutes, once price hit a point of interest, I'll switch to 5 minutes, then I look for the most recent pullback, and then I'll wait for inducement after exchange of character. So for a better understanding, I'll just draw this to you on the chart so you can easily understand. So let's say price is in a bullish market, creating impulse, pullbacks, impulse, pullbacks, impulse. Then it comes back to take out this inducement. Then price take out this inducement. It means now this is our valid higher high. This will be our valid higher high. and then this will be our point of interest, right? This will be our point of interest. And from this point of interest, once price mitigates it, I'll go to the 5 minutes time frame. So if I zoom in, so I'll look on the 5 minutes time frame. 5 minutes price will be doing something like this, right? So this last pullback, once price mitigates this higher time frame point of interest, this will be acting as a change of character, right? So this will be a change of character. And after it's broken, I have to wait for price to create an inducement again, like this. Then I can start looking for buy trades from this order flow or this inducement. Sorry. So going back to my playbook.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
So
it doesn't look like you have an app named My Playbook.
So going to the entry criteria, the minimum risk reward should be 1 to 3, and I can enter on inducement liquidation, and this would be inducement liquidation if price comes to this zone and liquidate without mitigating this order flow. I can also enter the trade, and the next trade will be on a limit on the order flow in the order block, and then stop loss should be below the 5 minutes lower high, which would be this one here, to be a stop loss, and then the take profit should be this high on the H1 time frame. So your trade would be looking something like this. So the trade will be like this, something similar to this, right? So this is how I take the trades on 5 minutes time frame. But for now, I'll be just doing H1 analysis. And as for the M5 time frame, I'll be sending an analysis daily in the Discord channel so that you can take entries. So now the last pair I'll look at is the euro dollar on the H1 time frame. So on the H1 time frame, let's see what's happening. So on the market, we have two types of structures. We have the external structure, which is the main structure, and the internal structure, right? So if price is moving, let's say like this, impulse, pullback, impulse, then it starts doing something like this, right? Of course, this is our main structure, but this, we need to take trades daily, right? So we need to be looking at the internal structure as well. But for this analysis, I'm just going to look at the main structure. Maybe on another session, I'll look at internal structure, but now I'm just going to be showing you the main structure. So it's the same playbook I use for AUD USD. I use the same playbook on the euro dollar as well. So here you can see that price created this inducement which was never mitigated, and then finally price mitigated this inducement here, creating a new valid higher high on the H1 time frame main structure. So after this inducement was taken out, it validated this point here as a valid higher high. And after this valid higher high, our dealing range is very huge on the euro dollar, by the way, because it's starting from this low here to this point. And if we are to be looking for buy entries, it's wise to be looking for them in below this 50% level here. And this is our extreme order block, which is not yet mitigated. So it would be wise to be looking for entries in this area. So now, since that our inducement is already mitigated, the only areas that we can start to look for entries is on the order flows and order block that were left behind and mitigated. So here you can see this is a valid order flow which was left unmitigated. We can look for entry potential here if it's not yet mitigated. Yeah, so basically this is the nearest point of interest I have at the moment. Because price is bullish, I'll be looking for bullish entries. Yes, the internal structure can be bearish. You can look for bearish entries as well, but I focus on the main structure, which is bullish. So I just set an alert here. So when this alert is mitigated, I'll follow the same thing on my playbook, which is to switch to 5 minutes time frame and look for these things on the entry criteria, and then I'll be entering the trade. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. This is basically it on the AUD USD and Euro USD for the 1 hour time frame.